Listen right now, if you're sitting there scrolling, replaying a conversation, replaying a fight, replaying the look on her face, stop, breathe. This speech is for you. Not to make you bitter, not to make you vengeful, but to make you bulletproof. She is not worth it. Don't let her break you. Focus on yourself. I know what you're thinking. How do I get past this? First, accept that pain is a measurement, not a sentence. When you treat pain like a measurement, you can calibrate, adjust, and get stronger. People will tell you to get over it, other people, friends, family. But getting over it isn't about pretending it never happened. Getting over it is about building so much value in your life that the memory becomes a footnote. That memory, it won't evaporate overnight, but it will shrink when you expand everything else. Live like a muscle. Focus on growing the rest of your life, and that part becomes lighter. Listen, many studies and surveys consistently show that people who focus on self-improvement after a breakup or rejection recover faster and are happier long-term. That's not mystical advice. That's statistical truth. People who build routines, keep social support, and set goals report higher life satisfaction. You could sit and wait for her apology or validation, or you could chase competence, fitness, skill, money, friends. The data isn't a permission slip to ignore emotion. It's proof that action moves the needle faster than rumination. So when I say don't let her break you, I'm not asking you to ignore the pain. I'm asking you to use it as fuel. That fuel is powerful. Like use it the way a blacksmith uses a hammer. Shape steel with it. You're human. You'll scroll her profile at 2 a.m. and pretend it's a public service check. We all do it. That little black hole of curiosity pulls you in. But scrolling is not healing. It's rehearsal for pain. Replace the scroll with a push-up. One push-up replaces one feed scroll and taxes your body and dignity in a good way. Like it's ridiculous but true. Physical discomfort keeps the mind honest. Make your comeback more embarrassing for the universe than your vulnerabilities were. Pain is honest, but it is neutral. It doesn't tell you who you are. It tells you what to fix. If you fold under pain, you shrink. If you use it, you build. The worst thing you can do after heartache is to let your life be a sad playlist on repeat. You are not allowed to be a tragic mixtape. Build playlists of purpose. Here's one hard truth. Other people will treat your heartbreak like theater. They'll want a show. They'll want the dialogue, the drama, the sympathy. That crowd energy is sweet at first, but after a while it becomes a cage. Don't perform for people who profit off your pain. Use your time and energy for skill, not applause. So what do? Action. Daily, relentless, boring action. Concrete things that compound. Not promises, not hashtags, not dramatic declarations. Habits. Build habits. Rituals. Systems. Things that create friction for the past and momentum for the future. Not I'll be fine. That's not a goal. Set an impossible measurable target. Run 5 kilometers faster. Earn X extra dollars. Read 12 books in 3 months. Learn a language for basic conversation. Impossible goals force you to design processes, not excuses. That pressure creates a map of leverage, and leverage is how you move mountains. 2. Ritualize. Real winners have rituals. Brush your teeth like you mean it. Dress like you respect the man who looks back in the mirror. Make your morning sacred. A consistent morning routine is a tiny fortress you build before the world hits you. Like small slights won't knock you over when you have structure. 3. Say no. Guard your calendar like it's your bank account. Whoever drained your time before has no claim on it now. When you start saying no, you are purchasing options. Boundaries are deposits into your dignity account. 4. Build muscle. Physical progress creates mental progress. A stronger body is a louder mind. When you can endure physical discomfort, emotional discomfort becomes easier to tolerate. That resilience transfers. Like every heavy rep is a small, quiet message to the universe that you aren't a victim, you're a force. 5. Financial hygiene. Track your money. Work for income, save with discipline, spend with intention. A bank account that grows quietens the noise of heartbreak. Money doesn't buy love, but it buys freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to leave, freedom to build. Use it to erect a life that won't care about petty ghosts. Let's talk frame. Control your frame. If you let someone else control the narrative of your life, you're free no longer. Frame is how you describe your reality, the words that structure the storm. If you interpret rejection as I failed, you stay small. If you interpret it as I learned, you have a map. Frame is the battlefield. Fight for it. Other people will try to get you to perform sadness because it's convenient for them. Attention, drama, gossip. Don't perform, transform. Use the energy others expect you to waste and convert it into currency. Skill, movement, work. Doth that energy? It can either bankrupt you or make you rich in skills. Like most people choose the quick bankrupting route because it gives them social currency. You won't. Boundaries are the skeleton of dignity. Without them, you collapse into reactive, needy behavior. Boundaries are tiny contracts you sign with yourself. Break them and you lose leverage. Set rules. No contact for X days. No stalking social media. No conversation about details with friends who enjoy the commentary more than the cure. Honor your rules the way you honor your teeth every day. No excuses. There are practical things you can do that, when done repeatedly, transform the inner weather. Here's a list you can start today, tonight, immediately. The 30-day rule. For 30 days, commit to a non-negotiable routine, morning ritual, training, learning, journaling, and zero contact. Track it. Tell one person who will hold you accountable. That accountability will keep you honest. The money sprint. For 90 days, accept one extra hustle. Freelance. Sell things you don't need. Learn a monetizable skill. When you're building wealth, you also build dignity. Lee Wyke, working with your hands or money calms shame. The social reset. Remove the people who normalize sadness. Add one person who is better than you at something. Find a mentor, a coach, or a friend who stings you with truth and elevates you with standards. The silence hour. 1 hour per day with no screens, no feeds, no notifications. Just thinking, reading, planning. You will be amazed how loud your purpose gets when you remove outside noise. Routines are weapons. They are also medicines. The man who sweeps the floor at dawn sweeps fear from his chest. The man who reads at night expands his vocabulary for victory. Start small. 1 page a day becomes hundreds in a year. Now, a real-world note on social dynamics. Upgrade your circle. If you surround yourself with people who are playing small, you will play small. If your friends enjoy the misery parade, they'll keep the band playing. Find people who build, who execute, who deliver results. People are mirrors. Choose the mirrors that show your potential, not your past wounds. Here's a practical habit. Make a victory calendar. Put daily wins on it. Tiny, humiliatingly small wins. A cleaned bed, 1 push-up more, 1 extra call. The calendar becomes a scoreboard. Winners keep score. If you don't keep score, life will. About focus. Focus is a muscle. Train it. Use the Pomodoro concept without the application. 25-minute sprints. Phone in another room. Work with ferocity. A sprint of intent beats a day of distracted motion. Fun that focus compounds. Like a 5-hour deep work session once a week is not as valuable as 5 25-minute sprints across the week done with discipline. Acceptance is not resignation. Acceptance is clarity. When you accept what happened, you remove the fog and get to work. Grief has stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. But the fastest route through is action. Move your body, move your money, move your mind. The more you do, the less space the pain has to live in. Don't confuse improvement with revenge. Revenge is temperature rising, hot, brief, visible. Improvement is slow, cold, unstoppable. Revenge writes 1 tweet and burns cash on ego. Improvement builds a bank account, shapes a physique, learns a craft. Results are non-emotional, they are mathematical. They cut through drama like a laser. A pro tip about social media: delete, archive, block. You don't need the receipts of pain. The digital world is a museum of your wounds if you let it. Remove the exhibits. Make your timeline a construction site, not a mausoleum. Let's be blunt about what most motivational get-over-it advice misses. It's not that you will forget, it's that you will become bigger than the thought of forgetting. When you build the rest of your life louder than the pain becomes noise. The highlight of that shift requires persistence, like it's the long, boring days that make the boom. I want to give you a few mental models you can use immediately. Review inventory. Every 2 weeks, list what you've learned and what you improved. If you can't list 5 things, you're stalling. Ship something. Small deliverables beat big intentions. The value ratio. Measure how much value you're adding to your life versus how much value that person still extracts from you. Attention, time, money. If the extraction is higher, cut contact. The future you letter. Write to the version of you 1 year from now and ask what he did today to deserve success. Then act like someone who must answer that question honestly. Now, humor, because you should be allowed to laugh. Imagine you at the gym today. You're a little hesitant, a little exhausted. 2 months later, you're the man everyone checks twice. People will whisper. Let them whisper. Whispering is background noise to your soundtrack. Like, let them whisper while you write headlines with your life. People love drama more than improvement. It's true. Every feed rewards spectacle. The loud, messy, public breakdown gets attention. The quiet transformation gets results. If you're being honest with yourself, which do you want? A trending video or a life that pays dividends? Choose dividends. You will have setbacks. Accept that. Setbacks are part of compounding. The investor knows corrections. The builder knows potholes. Keep going. Get up faster each time. The fastest way through pain is to increase the speed of your living. Now, a few direct lines you can speak to yourself when you feel small. Say them loud. She is not worth it. I will not be broken. I will build so loud the past can't be heard. I earn my dignity daily. Your voice is the first executive order you issue in your life. Speak clearly. Let's talk about dignity. Dignity is not a feeling you wait for. It's a habit you practice. Dent your pride if you must, but don't dent your dignity. There's a difference. Pride is a brittle statue. Dignity is a reinforced foundation. When you practice dignity, no begging, no stalking, no performative sadness, you build leverage. People respect men who don't audition for attention. Another real tip: stop seeking external validation. Validation from others is a brittle currency. It crumbles. Build an internal scorecard. Reward your small wins. Keep a journal of improvements. If no one applauds, learn to clap for yourself. Love yourself as if you were accountable for your own growth. No one can do the grind for you. Others can help. Others can advise, but you must do the work. The world will reward consistent work, not promises, not intentions, not hashtags. Work. I want to be practical now. Exercises you can start this week. Exercise A, the 30-day rule. For 30 days, commit to a non-negotiable routine. Journal every morning. Train at least 4 times a week. Read 10 pages a day and zero contact. Track it. Make it an iron habit. Share it with a friend and report weekly. Exercise B, the money sprint. For 90 days, accept one extra hustle. Freelance. Create a small digital product. Sell stuff you no longer need. Cash not only buys freedom, it builds options. Options reduce emotional reactivity. Exercise C, the social audit. Remove 3 people from your feed who normalize whining. Add 1 person who is better than you at something and ask 1 practical question. Learn from them. That learning will feel expensive at first, but it compounds like interest. Exercise D, the silence hour. 1 hour per day, no screens. Use it to think, plan, rest, or read. Your brain needs an offline place to process. Most people never give it. Give yours a temple. A word about jealousy. When you see her smiling with someone else, don't interpret it as your failure metric. People smile. People move. Smiles are not verdicts. They are weather. Your job is to build a climate where your weather is sunny year-round. When people ask, how long will it take? You should answer, long enough to become unrecognizably better. There's no fixed schedule. There is rhythm. Do the work. Measure the results. Adjust. The men who succeed in life are impatient about action and patient about outcomes. They work with fury and wait with strategy. You're going to hear a lot of feel your feelings advice. Fine, feel them, then do something with the feelings. Convert them into a plan. Turn heartbreak into a skill acquisition schedule. Turn rejection into a resume of wins. Emotions without structure are like fire without a fireplace, destructive. Emotions with structure heat your house. Let's be honest about revenge fantasies. They feel good for a minute. They are a liar's banquet. The stronger route is to be quietly excellent. When you are excellent, there is no need for messages, for public displays, for petty triumphs. Excellence speaks. Results deliver. Achievements don't need captions. Here's the long-term map. Build capability, not proof. Proof is screenshots and receipts. Capability is real. Capability is a skill, a bank account, a physique, friendships that challenge you. Cultivate it. That cultivation takes discipline. Small acts repeated. Like boring, ordinary work will turn you into someone extraordinary. Another practical habit, the weekly wins review. Every Sunday, list 5 things you did that week that moved the needle. Put them in a document and date them. In 6 months, you'll have a file showing progress. When the urge to text her back strikes, open that file. The evidence of your progress disarms the urge. Listen to me on this. Don't be a museum of your failings. People who carry their past heartbreak like trophies are still grieving. They haven't processed. Processing requires action. Processing requires habits. Processing requires leveling up. You are not the sum of one relationship. You're the accumulation of every single choice you make after it. Decide who you want to be in 3 years and move toward that man every single day. Make choices that future you will thank present you for. Invest in habits that compound like interest. Foul that future. It's built in tiny, invisible deposits. 1 focused hour, 1 disciplined meal, 1 saved dollar. Like seemingly dull moves make legends. Other people love drama. They will keep score for you like it's a sports league. They will ask for the play-by-play of your breakup. Don't give them tickets. They don't pay dividends. They drain time. When someone asks for the details, give them the highlight reel. I got stronger, thanks. That line confuses gossip and ends it. A story. Imagine you show up at the gym looking like a human question mark. You are tired, you are sad, you are distracted. 2 months later, you're the answer. People will whisper about your change. Let them. Whispering is background noise to your soundtrack. Like, while they whisper, you're writing headlines with your life. If your friends are only available for pity and not for practice, upgrade them. If your social circle encourages replaying stories instead of rewriting scripts, change the circle. People who build with you will also push you. People who only relate through pain will keep you in pain. Now, a truth about identity. Identity is not declared, it is earned. Declare a standard and live above it daily. Don't flirt with the old patterns. Kill them with routine. Replace reactive behavior with scheduled action. When you act like the man you want to be, you will become him. I want you to say this out loud right now. She is not worth it. I will not be broken. I will build a life that doesn't need her permission. Say it with your chest. Then do one thing to make it true. Call a coach, run a kilometer, open a book, send an application. Do something that costs you now but buys you self-respect. Remember, you will be tempted to text. You will be tempted to check. You will be tempted to audition for pity. Every temptation is a test of your future. Fail once, and the brain wants more failure. Pass once, and confidence grows like a muscle. Then that is how momentum works. Lol, like one disciplined action makes the next one easier. Don't be dramatic, be strategic. The world rewards momentum, not melodrama. Choose the long game, choose compounding, choose results. So here's the deal. You can be the version that collapses, or the version that constructs. Collapse is easy, construction is hard. Hard is where winners live. Say it out loud. She is not worth it. I will not be broken. Then do one thing to prove it. Go build. Build loud. Build ugly. Build precise. Build slow. Build relentless. Make your life so large that the memory of her becomes a funny story you tell on a victory day. When people ask what happened, you tell them, I built. I focused. She was a chapter, not the book. That line will humble gossip and reward discipline. This is your call to arms, but also your call to peace. Build your skills, not your grudges. Build wealth, not scores. Build discipline, not attention. Build a life that doesn't care about minor storms. Remember this, every small discipline compounds into an unbreakable life. Take one step, then another, then another. Build quietly, love fiercely, and rise so high that your past becomes a proud footnote in your legend. Every single day,